Hi everyone, and welcome to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Christy Lester with me this morning, and she's going to tell us all about this infamous walk to end Alzheimer's in the Tri-Cities, and it has been going on for a very long time, and it is so successful and it is so needed. Thank you for being with us.
Well, thank you for the invitation. I appreciate the time today. Our walk has been going on for a while. This is actually our 29th year, and we're so excited to be here in the Tri-Cities. The Walk to End Alzheimer's is actually the largest event to raise awareness and funds for care, support, and research, which is desperately needed to find a cure for this disease.
Absolutely.
For the past few years, we've had two walks in Tri-Cities. We've had one in Kingsport and one in Johnson City. And this year we decided it was more important to reach everyone within the 23 counties that we cover through Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. And Bristol was the perfect location to house.
That is perfect.
Yes, to host this event. So the Pinnacle stepped up and said, please come here with us. So it was a beautiful location, and we're very excited to be in Bristol this year.
And that's probably exciting too, because I know there are people that come back and teams that come back every year, you know, because they've lost a loved one or they're suffering or have somebody very close and just know how debilitating it is. And so that's kind of nice for the walkers that they get a new area every once in a while to walk.
Absolutely. It makes a great setting. They know what to expect, but we always change it up a little bit. And this year we're very thankful to have our national presenting sponsor, Edward Jones, who comes back thankfully year after year. We can't do this without their support. And we also have our co-local presenting sponsors, Eastman Credit Union and Memory Care at Bristol, and our platinum sponsor, Food City, in conjunction with a lot of other sponsors who make this possible. And then we have so many families, friends who are donating and just helping us hit our goal for this year. And that money is going to hopefully find this cure that we just need so desperately, because we're walking for 5.8 million Americans who are suffering and bravely battling this disease, and 16 million unpaid caregivers who are helping them every day, and they need this support, they need this care, and they need a cure.
You've already raised a great amount of money, but I know that you've got a goal.
We do.
And so it's not too late to register and to donate. I'm sure you want to tell us, you know, how to go about that process, because the walk is going to be October 19th.
Yes.
And it starts early in the morning.
It does. So we will have a link. I've provided that for you all, where you can go and register, and you can actually register a day up. Registration is free, so we'd love to have as many people as can come out and sign up to walk with us, and then any money that you can give, we would greatly appreciate that.
And you've been with the organization for a while, and so you really see you're in that front line, I guess we like to call you, of seeing what a difference where this money goes and what a difference it makes.
Absolutely. Locally here, it helps us provide care and programs, and that is a great help. My teammate actually gets to work there, and she gets to interact with our families, and that is such a great blessing for her to be able to do that. And I get to be on the receiving end of that and see the work that she does in the community, and then I'm over the walk itself. So just being able to work in tandem with her is just such an honor.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back. Today I have got Mike Music here, and it's always great to have Mike on the show because he's always got great community news, and who doesn't like a good old pumpkin palooza?
And exactly, I mean, palooza and pumpkins, even though, you know, we're having this balmy 90-degree weather in October, it's got to be fall sooner or later,
that's
right?
That's right, we're still feeling fall.
Exactly. This is one of our favorite events of the year, Pumpkin Palooza. It's always the last Saturday of the farmers market season. This year it falls on October 26th, and it's a great event for families and especially for kids. It'll be at the farmers market that morning, Saturday, October 26th. We'll get started about 9 o'clock, goes to roughly 11 or so, or as long as supplies last. Mm-hmm. We'll give away over 500 pumpkins.
Oh, wow.
That morning, yes. And we give them away to the kids to decorate. We'll have all the decorating supplies you can possibly imagine, and tables set up for the kids to decorate them right there on the spot. The kids come in their costumes, and we see some of the most incredible costumes. A lot of creativity out there, and of course all the kids look cute in their costumes. And we'll give away treat bags as long as supplies last. It's just a fun day. And then after they finish in the market, families can take the kids up one side of State Street and down the other and trick or treat with participating merchants. So it's a fun activity, and the kids enjoy it, we enjoy it. Our vendors at the farmers market enjoy it because that's kind of the time of the year where things really have slowed down. That's why it's the last farmers market of the season. But I'll have vendors that will come out just for that day. Maybe they've not been with us for a month because their crops have run out, but they'll come that day just to see the kids, just to hand out candy, because a lot of our vendors will even hand them out some candy. So the kids will get more candy than their dentist cares for them to get. But hey, it's a fun day.
Thank you, Mike, for telling us all about this day. And
Absolutely.
It's a great time for your kids to get to wear that costume
Yes,
more than once.
More than once. We were just talking about that a little earlier. It is a wonderful opportunity. As parents, we get the opportunities to spend the time with kids, but costumes can be a little pricey depending on what you get, or from a creative standpoint. Maybe you've put a lot of time into making this costume. Well, by coming to Pumpkin Palooza, you get a chance to use that costume more than once.
Thank you, Mike.
Absolutely.
Put it on the calendar.
Yes.
Stay with us. We'll be right back. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I have got Chrissy Chapman with me today and Elise Taylor, and we're really excited about this book drive. It's the second annual Spooktacular. I'll start with Chrissy. She's closest to me. Chrissy, tell me about this book drive.
So in 2018, the agency established a little free library. We donate the space above our office to the Community Outreach Center with Bristol, Tennessee City School System, in honor of Kay Ward, who does a lot of work with the Outreach Center and to promote literacy in the area. We dedicated the library to her. We did it last October, so that was our first book drive. And we had a lot of success. We collected, I think, just over 100 books last year. So hoping to have the same success with the second book drive this year.
I'm going to turn to Elise. Sure. Tell us how this works if we've got a book that we wanted to donate.
So we actually have a tub in our office that has our Spooktacular book drive signage on it. You can come into the office during business hours to drop off a book. If it's after hours, the tub will be outside, very well marked, so you can leave it there. We ask that you leave it in the tub because we are doing a 1-to-1 book match. So if you drop off a book, we will donate a book as well.
Oh, wow. Do they have to be brand new books?
No, they can be used books, brand new books, whatever you want to donate.
And what about the age group?
Most of what we're targeting right now are younger readers, so small children up to middle school ages 13, 14, things like that, so kids to young adults.
So then how do they get the books? You collect them, and then how do they get distributed?
So the little free library is right in front of the agency, so you just drive up to it and you can take a book, leave a book. It's that simple. You don't have to check them out or anything like that.
That's great. So people can always put them back when they're done and
They can.
get another one. Yeah. And I'm sure we'll all have to do a little drive-by so that we can see this and pick up some books, because I mean, it's so great when we can get our kids reading. I always feel like if you can be a successful reader, you can really be successful in anything in life. You can pretty much do anything if you can read.
Yes, and at the agency, we feel that our business and any business in the area is only as great as our community. So if we can get our community involved in reading and helping our young children to achieve that, then one day they will join the workforce and will be successful.
So there's also a social media campaign.
There is. So we're actively promoting the book drive on our Facebook page through the month of October. We also have developed a newsletter that we send out quarterly to different businesses, people whose homeowners policies, things like that we have. So we talk about it in that as well. Last year, the office, everybody dressed up as a character from our favorite book from our childhood or younger days. So this year we're doing the same thing, but it's a cohesive office-wide theme. So everybody's dressing up as a character from the same book. And if
Any hints on the book?
There are hints on Facebook, but we're not
Okay.
actually revealing who we are until Halloween. So if you want to see us in costume, we're also offering trick-or-treating opportunities on Halloween during agency hours. So feel free to stop by and you'll figure out who we are and be able to collect some candy and bring a book.
That's perfect. Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks
We
for having
really
us.
appreciate it. And don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a moment. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host Sheridan Nichols, and I have got the Assistant Chief with me right now, David McGlamory. Thank you so much for joining us
It's
today.
good to be back. I don't get the opportunity to come as much as I would like to, but it's good to be back with you today.
Well, we're excited to talk about something that's really important, and that's Fire Prevention Week.
Absolutely.
So the big open house is on October 12th, which is
Correct.
coming up right around the corner. Tell us a little bit about open house and what families can expect.
Well, we're really changing a few things up this year, and we really want to have a good time. Open house is going to be 11 to 4, Station 5 at the Pinnacle, and we're going to have a lot of stuff for kids. We're setting up an obstacle course, a little junior firefighter challenge. They'll be able to squirt water, put gear on, climb on the trucks, and you're going to get to see how firemen live. Firemen are going to cook dinner. Come by, and anytime during the day we're going to have hamburgers and hot dogs and be able to just interact with the daily actions of the firefighters. We're going to have a child safety seat check. So if you got a car seat in your car and you want to just make sure it's installed right or learn a little bit about it or see if there's any recalls in it, stop by the station and we'll take a look at that, and that's going to be part of the open house. And the biggest thing is just to get to know the firemen.
Absolutely.
And we get to show off some of our nice stuff at Station 5 too.
And we
so.
get to thank you for being there when we need you,
Yeah.
which is also really good. So, and it kicks off a really important week, which just brings awareness for everybody, especially as we're heading into winter months.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that's got to be one of the bigger times when you guys are on call.
It really is, and this year's theme with Fire Prevention Week is Plan Your Escape. And the Plan Your Escape program is, no matter where you're at, it needs to start in the home. And when the smoke alarm goes off, that's not the time to figure out how to get out of the house. Pre-plan this. Get with your parents, get with your grandparents, and determine a way to get out of the house. The parents and grandparents can use this to teach the children which way to go. They make a primary escape path. Then you can shut a door, put something in the way, make a secondary escape path. And one of the things we really push is a place outside to meet. That shows accountability when everybody's out.
Right.
Know that we're coming with a lot of big equipment. And if you have a problem, we're coming in a hurry. So let's make a place outside that's not going to be in the way, away from the roadway, away from the driveway, because there's going to be a lot of action happening at that point. So kind of stay away from that and just plan a couple of those. Always have a plan A and plan B. And that's the basic theme for this year.
And kids really enjoy it. I went through this with my kids when they were little, and they loved it. I mean, they really like to know, well, what do we do? Because they all do it at school.
We did this several times, and one particular incident I remember was with a family, and we went up and did a little pre-planning with them, and their kids got to racing to see who could get out the fastest, and then we would block different ways and they would go a different way, and they just really had a ball with it. And we recommend drawing that out, and we're going to have some information on that at open house. So if you come by, you can pick that up, be real easy. It's little coloring books, and they can color their ways out, and it's going to be a good time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all you do for our community, and then thank you for bringing awareness for this week and starting it off fun and then teaching as well. We really, really appreciate it.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to be able to get this information out. If we save one life, it's important.
Absolutely. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Inside Bristol. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and I've got Tammy Harrison today visiting with us from the Sullivan County Health Department. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
And we are here talking about flu prevention and, of course, that little flu shot. It's that time of year. Tell us why it's so important to get the flu shot.
Well, it's very important to get the flu shot because, number one, you don't want to get sick. And if you already have chronic illnesses, it's good to get it because it can make that illness even worse. So we encourage that, and that is the best line of prevention of getting the flu.
I know that every year, you hear that there are different strands of the flu, and last year it seemed like people who did get it, were really sick. So do you find that like on a yearly basis that if there is that kind of nasty strand out there that it's definitely worth getting the shot?
It is, and the CDC is very good with their research, trying to make sure that they cover each strand that they can. So yes, we do. Each year it is kind of tweaked a little bit. So, and you never know until the flu season gets here, how effective it really is going to be, the flu shot going to be. But some protection is better than no protection at all.
Yes, that is true. Now, if you are watching this and you're thinking, well, I might not get it this year, and then you change your mind, how late into the season can you get the flu shot?
Well, we do encourage you to get it, the end of October, 1st of November, because it peaks between December and February. So we do encourage you, if you decide not to get it now, then certainly anytime during the flu season, get it.
Does it kind of work instantly once it's in there, or does it take a few days?
It takes about 2 weeks for
Okay.
it to really get into your system.
Okay.
So it's worth getting.
And you will provide the flu shot for the school system.
Yes, we
Which
do go.
is great.
Yes, we do go into the schools and we vaccinate the children. As long as we have a permission form from their parents or guardian, then we will give them that flu shot.
Yes, and that's important because I know I always sign that for my kids, and then they come home and are like, why didn't you tell us we were going in for a shot today?
Right.
So tell them, but you just sign these things because it makes it so easy, and especially in school systems, once somebody gets one thing, it kind of can run through the class. So it's for sure nice to have our kids protected.
Absolutely.
So.
And it's always important for you to remember to wash your hands. Hand washing is, I would say, the next best prevention besides getting that flu shot, and that be your first line of defense. But washing your hands, covering your mouth when you cough, sneeze, so that those are some of the helpful tips that would be very helpful.
Those are great tips. Always, always good to remember. Thank you so much for being on the show today. Hopefully that helps. Everybody go out and get your flu shot so no one has to be sick during the holidays or after. And we just appreciate you being on today, and we appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time.